Exactly is the big deal with organic? Is it really worth the extra cost?
It definitely is, and this is the reason why is that
what I'm just simply trying to tell you is that as an auntie, I don't like to see nobody get hurt, okay?
Interested in each other. Again, it's the same type of things that I just mentioned that the parents could be asking. I'm an evangelist, all right?
Okay, then all of a sudden they was attending our church little bits and pieces at a time, and it got to the point to where, I'm not kidding you, me and my friends, we joke about this all the time. They loved the music, they loved how we were. I mean, I'm serious when I say this. It was the, oh my God, you guys' hair, can I touch the hair? That type of thing, or the skin. And then one person was like, it was just, they thought it was very fascinating that there's like a line right here that separates, like, I'm serious, that the white side right here is different than this side. I mean, I'm telling you, it was some weird, it was some bizarre stuff. I'm not gonna go into details because folks are gonna try to figure some things out. But anyway, my point in saying all that is that they were taught to see blacks in a certain way. They were taught to perceive us in a certain way. I'm not necessarily talking about racist, guys. I'm not. It's mediocre, but it's way beyond just the racist thing. I'm talking about like almost like where we evolved from and how it was so bizarre. But anyway, my point in saying all that is that it made them curious of us. You know what I mean? It caused them to have some curiosity. Me and some of my friends, we were being asked some of the most crazy questions that we were like, is this for real? Like, do what now? Do our skin move? I mean, do what? Or it was just some bizarre stuff. But my point is that as young kids, they were taught to perceive us a certain way. They were taught that we were very aggressive and things like that. And then they get around it. I mean, it was just little comments that they would say that just kind of had us like, what? Like they were like, black people can be really nice. And it was like, huh? What? What do you mean? Black people can be really nice? What? Well, because we were taught that, and that's when we all started talking and coming out. We weren't like, who taught you that? We actually wanted to know, what caused that mind frame to get pushed like that. And then they opened up to us and let us know what they were taught, what they were told, whatever. And then as they got to know us and they hung around us and they ate with us, they started figuring like, golly, we're all the same. Well, yes, of course. So my point is this, they were taught things. Those things were embedded in them. It was in their mind. So by doing that, they were taught to perceive us a certain way without actually knowing us. So they went through all their, young life, pre-adolescence, pre-teens, into their teens, until they got into their mid 13, 14, 15, 16, when they actually started opening up and letting more things out about different things that they were taught. And then just to come to find out that it's absolutely nothing like that. So they were like, I can't believe they couldn't help it. These things got embedded in them. They accepted it as truth. That was their truth, right? But when they did get around us, started learning with us or learning of us, seeing how our ways were, seeing why we have a certain demeanor about us, seeing why we talk differently, see why we react to certain things differently, seeing that we weren't concerned about some things that they were concerned about, they were like, well, wow. I mean, they were asking guys, there were some questions that were seriously being asked, like, how come black people's skin really don't wrinkle? It was like, I never thought about it. I was like, what? How come the skin don't wrinkle? It was so many crazy questions. And it was cool, but we just was like, to us, we were like, who done messed y'all minds up like that? But to them, they were like, well, that's all they knew. So then as you get, as they got older and matured a little bit, going into their adulthood, they were like, we would still have these conversations like, you remember when y'all y'all first starting to come to our church, sneak into our church because y'all didn't want certain family members to know that y'all were coming over, y'all asking all these crazy questions, and they just like, I cannot believe that we even thought that way. I mean, it's just so crazy, but it's like, again, that's what happens when you actually can get a little seed can get planted in your mind to see something a certain way. Then you water it with your own thoughts, with your own confirmation on that little seed that got planted. Pretty soon it then grew and blossomed into something that you didn't want it to be. Now you're trying to figure out, how can I cut this tree of anxiety, or this tree of depression, or this tree of anger, this tree of jealousy, this tree of malice, this tree of envy? How can I cut this tree down? Well, you have to cut a tree down. You guys all know this. How do you get rid of trees? You got to get the roots. So my point is, you got to get down to the root cause of what caused that thing to grow into what it is right now. Now, I can sit here and tell you guys all day long, figure out what the root is. Figure out what the root is. And spraying Roundup on it is not just going to be the case. Roundup can kill a big tree over time. But if you're talking about getting taken care of, you first have to chop the tree down. But guess what? That stump is still there with the roots digging in, right? So y'all follow me with this metaphor? So if this roots is deeply embedded into your brain, you got to get down to what we call the root cause of what caused you to think like you do, or what caused you to actually have this thought or be in a certain mindset like you are, right? Because, I mean, it's written in the Bible, as a man thinking in his way, so is he. And I like to use one of my favorite guys I like to listen to, Earl Nightingale. He said, you are a result of what you constantly think about all day long. Okay? So you guys make comments at me like, oh my God, I love how, positive you are, the words that you give, the wisdom and all that. Why do you guys think I'm like that? First of all, it's going to come from up above. I'm just telling you flat out true, whether you're atheist or agnostic or whatever you may be. That's fine. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. Guys, you've been with me long enough to know I don't push nothing on you. I'm just telling you truthfully where I got it from. So if it's like that and I'm living this daily, and you guys see I'm not this yo-yo, I'm not 1 minute this way, 1 minute the way, I'm just boom. Once you get the joy, once you get the peace, once you get the knowledge, once you get the you know what I mean, the fun of it, once you see life in a whole different perspective, it opens your eyes up differently. So that's what happened. That's what happened to a lot of my friends I was telling you about that came over to the church. Once they got around us and seen things different, all of a sudden they was enjoying us. We all enjoying each other together. We sharing stories together. We hanging out. I mean, we're talking about this, talking about that, tasting different foods and different things like that of ours. Oh my God, I never knew you could do macaroni and cheese like that. I mean, I never knew. One of the couples, they said, they're like, my mom makes some really good fried chicken. Her mom was just taking the fried chicken and just putting it in flour and frying it. And we were all like, you don't season that? And they were like, what do you mean? It was like, you don't put like salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, and, cumin, turmeric, black pepper, white pepper. You don't mix that in and then mix that in with the flour. And then, before you do that, sprinkle a little, salt and pepper on the raw chicken before dipping it in flour. Oh, what does that do? Like, what? Are you serious? So that's what I'm saying. We can learn so much from each other, but it's not going to happen if we don't communicate. That's why I told you guys on this channel, I know that, we so-called have freedom of speech, but in my channel, we really do have freedom of speech because we talk about everything. There is not going to be anybody that's going to tell me what I can and what I can't allow people to talk about on my channel. You know what I mean? That's why you guys come here. That's why you guys like to have these talks like this, because you know that I don't have this thing to where, like I told you guys before, I don't roll with what the masses or what the world system tell me to do. You want to talk about religion on my channel, we're going to talk about it. You want to talk about politics? I really can't talk about politics because I don't really follow politics. So I really can't get into it. But my point is saying all that is, if like somebody told me, do I like Donald Trump? I said, I don't know him. I don't know Barack Obama. I don't know none of these politicians that sit there and say that I like them or not. I don't even watch them on TV. I don't even watch TV like that to know anything about them. So I can't sit there and say whether I like them or not. Now, there's things that people are going to disagree with, things that folks do all day long. But for me to actually sit there and say if I like the guy or not, I can't say that because I don't know the dude. I can't say that I like you because I don't know you. I know who you are as far as you being like a subscriber, Instagramianite, a Twitter hatchling, or a patron. I can know you based off of how you perceive or how I'm perceiving you to be according to how you are on this channel. But I really don't know you. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So I can't sit there and make a judgment and say whether I like you or not. Now, I can say I like the things that you say based off what you say to me. You can say you like the things that I say based off what I say to you. But to actually say that you like me because of who I am or you know me, we really can't say that yet. You know what I mean? If y'all follow me. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what make you guys actually come to this channel is because, you know, I'll talk with you guys about anything openly. I'm not disrespectful, not out there trying to hurt nobody. I told you this whole portion of doing this thing is to actually gain people and show them that there is light in this dark world. And I think that's why the channel is growing like it is, because you guys are telling family members about this. You haven't even watched my channel. Your family members are getting on here and say, hey, my mom, such and such told me to check you out. I like what you're doing. My dad told me to check you out. My sister told me to check you out. Da. So anyway, I got a little off right there. My point in saying all that is that for us to actually so-called be united, that's what we have to do. Like what I'm doing in my live chats, we have to talk about it, putting your feelings aside. Now, don't get me wrong. I know your emotions can get pulled in and you want to, but the thing is, think about actually what's being said versus what your emotions are telling you. Because half the time, a lot of us, we instantly get offended. But ask yourself, what am I getting offended for? You need to ask yourself them questions when it does come. So anyway, that's what I have on that right now. And again, this is in my this video is going to be for my church/God topic. I'm going to be doing more videos like this because I have gotten away from it for a while and you guys have been asking me to do it. And I'll be making some postings certain nights letting you guys know that, you know, I'm going to be talking live with you guys and you guys give me a subject. We'll talk about it live. But I'm doing this video like this because I ain't got to worry about the chats flying right there. And then by the time I start addressing somebody's question, somebody else's question pop up, somebody else's question pop up. So I'm going to just try to answer these questions one at a time if y'all follow me, if you know what I mean. So anyway, that's that. Let me know if you guys have any more questions, if you have any more subjects you want me to hit on, if you have anything, I mean anything that you feel that you want me to address and you want my perspective on it and my thoughts on it, leave it down there in the comments down there below because I'm doing as much as I can to give you guys a much variety here, all right? I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, about to check out. I hope you guys all have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all in Jesus' name.